The shoe cleaner's identity remained a cherished secret. Some guessed it was old Mr. Leo, the quiet widower, but no one asked. The mystery was part of the gift, allowing everyone to believe kindness could come from anyone. Elm Street was no longer just houses, it was a true neighborhood. The simple act of cleaning shoes had polished the community itself. Invisible walls dissolved, replaced by threads of connection. Evenings were filled with laughter, and play. Kindness became a habit, a rhythm of daily life. It all began with one person, a bucket of water, and a gentle hand. Sometimes all it takes to change everything is a quiet act of care. On Elm Street, a circle of shoes became a circle of light that never faded. The morning after, the shoes were gone from the lamppost, returned clean to each doorstep. But something had changed. The kindness had found its echo. Neighbors began their own quiet missions, fixing gates, leaving gifts, sharing small acts of care. Mr. Henderson oiled Mrs. Gable's garden gate before dawn, slipping away unnoticed. The young mother found a handmade step stool for her toddlers and left banana bread in return. Kindness became a silent conversation, a language of doing. Small acts appeared everywhere: weeded flower beds, hot tea for dog walkers, a porch library for kids. The spirit of the shoe cleaner became the spirit of the street. The lesson was clear. True kindness asks for nothing in return. It simply is. Elm Street was alive with quiet generosity. The echo of one act had become a chorus. The street was transformed by care. Mina had an idea: leave all their shoes out together, a silent thank you. The plan spread quietly. No speeches, just a gathering of shoes. Dusk, neighbors emerged, each carrying a pair to the old lamppost at the street's end. They placed their shoes in a widening circle, forming a mosaic of their lives. No words were needed. The gesture spoke for them. As the last pair was set down, the lamppost flickered on, casting golden light over the shoes. It looked like a humble monument to goodness. Neighbors stood together, sharing a silent communion of thanks. They weren't just thanking the shoe cleaner, they were thanking each other. The invisible threads of community glowed in the lamplight. In unity and presence, they offered their gratitude. The moment was simple, profound, and full of grace. The circle of shoes became a circle of light. Elm Street was bound together, stronger than ever. As weeks passed, a gentle debate began. Should they find and thank their secret helper? Some wanted to, others feared it would break the magic. Mrs. Gable, wise and quiet, offered a solution. Maybe the best way to thank them is by giving something back to each other. The idea resonated. Instead of unmasking the benefactor, they would become benefactors themselves. The focus shifted from receiving to giving. The neighborhood resolved to spread the kindness they'd been shown. The debate ended not with answers, but with a new purpose. Elm Street would honor the spirit of the act by passing it on. The magic was in the giving, not the knowing. The great shoe debate became a promise to care for one another. The energy of the street changed. Kindness became contagious. The secret act had started a movement. Elm Street was ready to join in. Whispers of the mystery drifted along with the scent of cut grass. My clogs haven't been this clean since I bought them. My work boots too, both baffled and delighted. The story of Mina's shoe fairy spread, and everyone secretly enjoyed believing. The shared secret stitched the neighbors together. People lingered in their yards, waved more, and talked about more than the weather. They noticed other small needs: a blown-away newspaper, a broken gate latch. Kindness to their shoes opened their eyes to each other. The mystery deepened their connection, uniting them in goodwill. Elm Street felt magical, a place where kindness was real. The act was wonderful, but the motive, pure, unasked for kindness, captured their imaginations. The neighborhood was changing, one small act at a time. Confusion spread quietly on Elm Street. Mrs. Gable found her clogs pristine, Mr. Henderson's boots were spotless, and the college student's sneakers looked new. No one spoke of it at first. A private puzzle, a pleasant anomaly. Mina broke the silence, telling Mr. Chen, the shoe fairy did it. The idea charmed him, and soon, the story spread. "Did it happen to you too?" became the new greeting. Neighbors compared notes, work boots, running shoes, high heels, all mysteriously cleaned. The initial confusion turned to wonder and gratitude. The anonymous act became a shared experience, a secret guardian watching over them. The neighborhood buzzed with connection, united by kindness. The mystery wove them together, house by house. Elm Street felt different, warmer, closer. The shoe fairy's touch was everywhere. A simple act had awakened a community. The secret was no longer just about shoes, it was about belonging. The neighborhood had found its heart. Kindness had become their common language. Elm Street was never the same. The hands that cleaned the shoes were old now, but they remembered. Long ago, in a cobbler's shop, a boy named Leo watched his father work. The air smelled of leather, wax, and pipe smoke. A good smell, the smell of home. Leo's father treated every shoe with respect, believing shoes told a person's story. One day, a man brought in shoes so broken, they barely held together. He couldn't pay, but Leo's father nodded and worked all afternoon, stitching, patching, polishing. The next day, the man returned, eyes shining with hope as he put on his restored shoes. He couldn't pay with money, but promised to fix the shop's leaky roof. Leo watched, a seed of kindness planted in his heart. He learned that true giving wasn't about reward, it was about seeing a need and quietly filling it. Sometimes fixing a person's shoes could help fix a piece of their world. The lesson stayed with Leo, shaping every gentle act that followed. The memory was a soft glow guiding his hands. Kindness, he learned, was its own reward. The past lived on in every quiet gesture. The cobbler's wisdom echoed down Elm Street. A small act could change everything. Mina was 7, and she noticed things, especially her favorite sneakers left muddy outside after a day of play. But this morning, they were sparkly star clean, as if the mud puddle had never happened. She picked them up, breathing in the faint scent of soap and morning dew. "Mama, look," she whispered, tugging on her mother's robe. Her mother smiled. "I guess the shoe fairy paid a visit." Mina's eyes widened. A shoe fairy. It sounded magical and possible on her street. From then on, Mina watched every morning nose pressed to the window, hoping to catch a glimpse. She saw the street lamp flicker, a newspaper tumble, Mr. Henderson's cat stretch, but never the shoe fairy. Still, every day, her shoes were clean. It was a perfect mystery. She started leaving out all her shoes, rain boots, party shoes, even slippers. Each was returned, cared for. The wonder filled Mina's heart, a secret belonging to the whole street. She didn't tell her friends, it felt too special. It was a soft, warm feeling like being tucked in at night. Someone was being kind. Just because for a girl who noticed everything, this was the most wonderful thing of all. Mina became a small, curious silhouette at dawn, waiting, wondering, and smiling. The magic was real, and it lived right outside her door. The mystery was a gift, quietly given each morning. Mina's heart grew lighter. The shoe fairy's secret was safe with her. The world was still asleep, a deep blue sky holding its breath before sunrise. On Elm Street, every house was a dark, silent shape. But in the quiet, something gentle stirred. A soft brush against worn leather. Outside Mrs. Gable's door, muddy gardening clogs waited, forgotten. Gentle hands lifted them, moving with quiet purpose. The hands carried the clogs to a hidden bucket of soapy water. A soft cloth wiped away the day's work, revealing cheerful green plastic. Each motion was careful, loving, under the warm glow of a street lamp. The hands set the clogs back, almost brand new, then moved to the next house. Mr. Henderson's work boots, scuffed and weary, were next. The same tenderness, a different brush, laces washed and threaded back. The hands moved from doorstep to doorstep. Children's sneakers, elegant heels, each pair given the same anonymous care. No one saw, except maybe a stray cat or an early bird. The only proof, a row of clean, polished shoes greeting the neighborhood at dawn. The sun was still just a promise, but on Elm Street, a little light had already arrived. In the hush before morning, kindness moved unseen. The world was a mix of warm and cool, dark and light, and in the middle, a secret act of care. The day began with quiet magic.